You ever feel like your life is being pulled around by these invisible strings? Things we call karma or destiny. Well, what if I told you those aren't some mystical, far-off forces? We're going to break it all down in this explainer and see how these big ideas are actually super practical principles of your very own mind. All right, let's get into it.
So let's just start with this one big idea. What if your mind wasn't some big mystery? What if it was more like a garden? A garden that you could actually learn to take care of. Think about that for a second.
Okay, so let's explore this idea, the garden of your mind. The whole foundation of what we're talking about today is this metaphor. And the first thing to get is that your subconscious, it's not some locked up, mysterious box. No, not at all. It's much more like a huge, fertile field, just wide open, ready for whatever you plant in it.
So what exactly is this field? Well, it's your subconscious mind. And get this, every single thing you experience, every sight, every sound, every thought, every feeling, it gets planted there. It becomes a little seed, tucked away in that inner soil, just waiting for the right conditions to grow.
Right, but seeds need something to help them grow, don't they? They need fertilizer. And in this garden of ours, the fertilizer is energy. Specifically, 3 different kinds of karmic energy that we create with our actions. And these energies, they're what decide how those seeds are going to sprout.
First, you've got Demerit. This is basically negative energy. It's this negative electromagnetic charge that gets created anytime our actions or even our words make someone else suffer. This is the stuff that, well, it grows the weeds, the thorns, the bitter fruit in our garden.
Then, on the flip side, you have merit. And as you can probably guess, this is the positive energy, a positive charge. We build this up anytime we help someone else feel good. Joy, happiness, relief. This is the good stuff. This is the rich soil food that makes the most beautiful flowers and the sweetest fruits pop up in our garden.
And then there's a third kind of energy, and this one is really special. It's called virtue. And what's so different about it? Well, it's not positive or negative. It's just balanced, neutral. And you only create this unique charge when you help someone have a real breakthrough, like you help them find genuine inner peace or a higher level of awareness. It is by far the most stable, most pure element you can possibly have in your garden.
Okay, check out this metaphor. It's a great way to get the difference between merit and virtue. Think of merit as a huge mountain of cash. It's awesome, right? Super valuable. But a single spark of anger or resentment, poof, it can burn the whole pile down in an instant. Now, virtue, that's like a mountain of solid gold. You can't burn gold. It's durable. But you can tarnish it, right? And what tarnishes it? Arrogance. That moment you think, wow, look at me, I'm so great for helping that person, that's when the gold loses its shine.
All right, so we've got our garden, and we've got our different kinds of fertilizer. But what about the seeds themselves? Here's the wild part. We don't start with an empty field. We show up in this life with a garden that is already packed with seeds from countless past experiences.
And this whole collection of seeds, that's called your karmic blueprint. It's basically everything, every thought, every action, every experience from your entire existence, all just sitting there as these little dormant seeds in your subconscious. It's the raw potential for everything you could ever be.
But this blueprint isn't just a random jumble of seeds. Nope, it's actually pretty organized into 3 main types. First up, you've got seeds of knowledge. These are your natural talents. You ever wonder why you're just good at something without trying too hard? That's a seed of knowledge that's sprouting. Then you've got seeds of relationships. This is why you meet someone and you just instantly click. Or, instantly can't stand them. It's an old relationship seed activating. And finally, there are the seeds of outcomes. These are those repeating patterns in your life, the good ones and the bad ones that just seem to happen over and over again.
So if the garden is already full of seeds, does that mean we're just stuck watching what grows? Are we just observers? Absolutely not. And this is the most important part of this whole thing. We need to meet the gardener. And guess who the gardener is? It's you. Or more precisely, it's your intention.
So what is intention? It's the part of your consciousness that decides where to put your focus. Think about it. Every single moment, your intention is like a little version of you walking through that inner garden, and it's making choices. It's deciding which seeds get a little bit of water, which ones get the good fertilizer, and ultimately which ones are going to grow big and strong.
And here's the thing. The gardener isn't just taking care of old seeds. You're planting new ones all the time, and it happens like this. First, you experience something. You see it, hear it, feel it. Then, that experience gets filtered through who you are, your move, your personality. After that, an energy charge gets stuck to it, positive, negative, or balanced. And finally, bam, that brand new, freshly charged seed gets planted right into your subconscious garden. So this is the part you really need to get. Your attention is the water. It's that simple. Every time you focus on something, you're watering it. So when you obsess over an old grudge, you are literally watering a negative seed with negative energy and making it stronger. But when you think back on a kind thing someone did for you with gratitude, you're watering a positive seed with positive energy. See? What you focus on grows. And this all leads to the most incredible, most empowering part of this whole idea. If you are the gardener and you control the water and the fertilizer, then that means you are not a prisoner of your past. Not at all. It means you can absolutely 100% change the harvest you get from your life. Which brings us to this powerful quote. You don't have a fixed destiny. You have a karmic destiny, and that is a huge difference. So forget that whole idea of a future that's already written in stone. What you have is a destiny based on the seeds from your past, sure, but it's one that you are actively shaping with every choice you make right now. And this just lays out the difference perfectly, doesn't it? A fixed destiny means you're just an actor in a play. The script is already written and you just have to say your lines. There's no choice. But a karmic destiny, that's completely different. That's like being handed a garden full of all kinds of seeds. The potential is there, yeah? But you are the one who decides which ones get the water, which ones get the sun. You're writing the script of your life as you go.
Okay, so here's the secret sauce, the practical key to all of this. You can't go back and dig up a seed that's already been planted. The past is what it is. But you have total control over the energy, the feeling you bring to that memory today. You get to choose the kind of water you pour on it right now.
Let's walk through a real example. Imagine a big fight with a friend years ago planted a negative seed. Okay. Now every time you think about it and feel that anger all over again, you're just watering that same nasty seed with more negative energy. And what's the fruit? A relationship that's still strained, right? But what if you made a shift? What if you decided, okay, I'm going to try to water that memory with understanding instead, or just neutrality? The seed is still there. It doesn't just disappear, but it stops growing that bitter fruit. And just like that, you've created space for a new outcome, all by changing the work you do on the inside.
So, as we start to bring this all together, if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. You are not a victim. You're not just a passenger along for the ride. You are the gardener. The life you have today, it's the harvest. It's the direct result of the seeds you've been watering, whether you knew you were doing it or not. The real work isn't about changing things out there. It's about managing the garden in here. And the most powerful tool you have for that job? It's your intention. It's your power to choose where you put your focus. So really, it all comes down to a simple question. Your mind is this incredible, fertile garden, just bursting with potential. And right now, you are holding the watering can. The choice is completely 100% yours. So, what are you going to grow?